see my other live schedule. I'm trying to see my other live where it's scheduled. Hey there, hey there. Okay, I can put this. It's too much. How's everybody doing? Okay, hello there. Let me make sure I'm in live chat. Julie W. Bergstrong, Kelly Sweetheart. I'm going to still call you Kelly Sweetheart. You know that, right? Sorry, Farm Wife. Farm Wife, I finished your shell today. I was working on it. Oh, I didn't finish it completely. Oops, hold on a minute. I have your geese on the front, the trees on the back. Let it focus. Your trees on the back, your geese on the front, but I've got to put the gold around the edge and put the hanger on with the pearl. But I have almost got it done. Hi, Jane, how are you? Hi, Al. Hello there, Deborah. Okay. Sharon. So anyway, let's talk about, hey, Debbie L. It's been quite a while. Good to see you back. How are things? Okay? Better? Hi, Sherry. How are you? So anyway. Hi, Teresa W. Yeah, I'll put the hanger on it with the little pearl and then I'll be done. But I've been working. I finished Debbie D's too and got that done. So we'll get that all together. Hi, Barbell said, hi, Jeff H. An artist, yes. But I don't have a sign out in front of the house. I have to get that. According to Scooter, you can't be an artist if you don't have a sign out in front of the house. Anywho, have you guys heard about this girl, Chelsea Grimm? She apparently started out on the 24th of September, to go on a cross-country trip from San Diego to Connecticut. She said she was going to go there for a wedding with a friend's wedding, and her parents, to visit her parents who live out that way. But she spoke to her parents, it was on the 27th of September, and said that she wasn't going to make the wedding. She wasn't going to get there in time. So she was just going to take it slow. She's going to still go out that way. She's going to take it slow. And she may camp for 2 or 3 days. Hi, Scooter. She may, hi, Shot of Poison. Hi, Linda. She may camp for a few days in Arizona. And then she told them something. I watched the interview with the parents, and the one thing that stands out for me is that she told them, like, I won't be able to be reached for a couple of days. Like, I could see saying, like, my internet might be sketchy. Maybe you won't be able to reach me. Don't freak out. But just like, you won't hear from me for a couple of days. That just sounded weird, you know? It was a weird thing. Okay. Like, my daughter will say sometimes, like, I'm going off the grid. Like, if she has to go on an assignment or something where she knows she can't get service, she'll tell us, look, yeah, you're probably not going to get service. If you call me, don't freak. But, like, to just say for a couple of days, and they spoke every day, apparently. So, they didn't hear from her. Actually, they never heard from her again. Other people heard from her. She had a lunch with she met with a friend. They saw her in the town over there in the 28th. And then apparently on the 30th of September, she spoke with a woodcutter, is what they described it as, a woodcutter. Sounds like out of the, is it a logger? A woodcutter sounds like out of Red Riding Hood. But then, hi, Bergstrom. They didn't hear from her again. And now it's the 17th of October. There is a body cam of a police officer speaking with her because she went to a cemetery. She was taking pictures. Apparently, she writes up stories or, whatnot. And that's the other weird thing. On October 4th, her parents reported her as a missing person. On October 5th, hunters who had seen the car for 2 days abandoned, reported it to the police. It happened to be her white SUV. And her debit card was not there, her license was gone, some clothing was gone, a sleeping bag, but her camera was there. Now the other thing is that she had her pet with her. Her pet is a bearded dragon, and her parents said you could see her walking around with the bearded dragon on her shoulder, and she wouldn't have just left the bearded dragon. The bearded dragon is not anywhere in the car or anywhere around. The police took the camera and there were images. Now, in one of the images, let me see if I can pull it up here. Hold on one second. And she has a distinctive ivy tattoo that wraps around I believe it's her left arm. I believe this is her Instagram. Let me just make sure. No, that's not. I believe it's this photo right here. It's the one in my thumbnail. And you'll see in this photo that her eyes look like she's been crying. Well, to me, it looks like she's been crying. It even looks like there's some moisture over here. They look like glassy. Could it be allergies? Sure, it could be. Or she doesn't look happy. She looks sad. And she looks like, to me, like she's been crying. I don't know what you guys think. I think she does look like she's been crying. Definitely not like in her other photos. I mean, these are some other photos of her at other times. So her vehicle, was discovered in Arizona. It had 2 flat tires, not slash tires, flat tires, 2 of them. And this was another photo that was recovered from her phone. She's 32 years old. Her family wants pictures shared of her in case anybody recognizes her or sees her. She hasn't been seen since September 30th in Arizona. So let's go over some of this stuff just to make sure we have it all here. Oh my gosh, be quiet. Okay. She canceled plans for brunch with a friend. She had an emotional chat with a police officer. She had a brief exchange with a woodcutter who found her in a remote area of Ash Fork, Arizona. And this all happened between the time span of September 27th through the 30th. And the 30th being the last time anyone had seen or heard of her, okay, from her. The hunters that found her abandoned white Ford Escape on October 5th, that was found in the Kaibab National Forest. And she was officially reported missing October 3rd, but I've also heard it October 4th. The sheriff's office has been frantically looking for her, and she has a distinctive tattoo on her left arm, and she has a pet bearded dragon. She was on that cross-country trip from San Diego to Connecticut for a family wedding, and she planned to camp out in Arizona on the way. On September 28th, a police officer responded to a call about suspicious activity near a cemetery in Williams, Arizona, which is about 18 miles from where her car was spotted in Ash Fork. "How are you doing?" an officer asked her in body camera footage. "I'm okay. How are you?" she said, and Grimm appeared upset in the body camera footage. She told the officer that she was working on a photography project, saying, and I quote, I'm just was doing a photo shoot of the lost soldiers and got a little emotional. So I was crying before I got back on the road," which could be when she took that picture. She mentioned that she didn't have a hotel because she planned on camping out for the night. The officer pointed out a nearby gas station where she could sleep without being bothered. "Awesome. Yeah, love that." And that was the last recorded sighting of her. Police say that there was a brief exchange with a woodcutter who found her camping in a remote area of Ash Fork on September 30th. And Grimm told the woodcutter she was okay. Her family reported her missing on October 4th. There it is again in the same information. The next day, the hunter reported a suspicious abandoned vehicle that police learned belonged to Chelsea Grimm. The car was locked. Her belongings were still inside. And her bearded dragon named Roz or Roxy are also missing. Now, anyone with any information is asked to call the sheriff's office at 928-774-4523. They're saying, they don't expect, they don't suspect any foul play. Her father said, and I quote, "We are trying our best to hold on to positive outcome scenarios and put our faith in the authorities." So where is she? What could have happened? I don't know. Let me go back to the chat and see what you guys say. So is anybody following this? Do you have any insight on what could have happened to her? Hi, Liz Tops. How are you? Feel free to. Now, it's very possible this was taken sometime after she was thinking about those soldiers. If it was very emotional for her, most certainly could be, right? She just broke up with her boyfriend? Where did you see that, Elle? Let's see. I didn't hear the parents mention it. Where is that boyfriend? Okay, so let's see. Chelsea's sister, Sarah McCarthy Grimm, warned Facebook followers that Chelsea's ex-boyfriend was claiming to be her fiancé and had set up a phony GoFundMe appeal to help with the search. Oh wow, that sounds crazy. But we don't know, do we know how long ago they broke up? Chelsea's sister, Sarah McCarthy Grimm, warned Facebook followers that Chelsea's ex-boyfriend was claiming to be her fiancé and had set up a phony GoFundMe. Wow, so it sounds like he needed money, right? He said he's her fiancé. Well, where does he live? And could he have had anything to do with this? I don't know. How long ago did they break up? He set up a fake GoFundMe? Wow. Wow. Okay. Her father said his hiring of a private detective was no reflection on the police's effort, but the authorities are simply running out of leads. I feel like we've got real professionals who are really trying the very best to find her, and we're grateful for that, he explained. And yet there are not that many new clues, so understandably it goes to a slightly different level of immediacy for them, and it just seemed like it couldn't hurt. It's a nightmare, and it's one that you never could have imagined yourself in and wouldn't wish on anybody. But having said that, we're hanging in there. We're holding on to hope. I feel like deja vu with that. Okay, so I want to see something. 1 second, let me check one thing over here. Okay, here's her sister's page, and this is public. Updated 10/17/2023, and it says at 9 a.m. Pacific time, my sister, Chelsea Bell McGrimm, is still missing. If you have any information, call 1-928-774-4523 and mention report, and it gives the number. Do not donate to any GoFundMe pages they are fraudulent. The one we know of is by her abusive ex, Philip John Brenner, aka PJ, who is claiming to be her fiancé. Well, where is this guy? So this person says there are many things that don't add up. First, no one spends 20 to 30 minutes crying over unknown soldiers. Well, that's not true. There are many people that could do that, yeah. Second, who is the person that was having lunch and canceled? You should contact that individual. In her pictures, she seemed that she cried with swollen eyes. No decision on whether stay at the hotel or camp. She was indecisive. Who was the last person who saw her alive? I would check on this ex-boyfriend. Sounds suspicious, his behavior. Why is there a sticker in her car? I am just giving you some tips, thinking about her, praying for her to be found alive. Let's see if there's, yes, check the X. In my opinion, this is not a random act. A robber takes her belongings and everything was inside her car. I will investigate more her ex, knowing his abusive behavior. I am just speculating from what I am observing. Let's see if the sister or somebody says. Did she call or text her parents that she would make the wedding and was out camping for a few days? That she wouldn't make the wedding? The answer is important. I couldn't find anything about her ex online. If you find something, please share. Yes, I believe she did tell them. It should be in one of these posts. Thank you. Also, her ex-boyfriend opened a GoFundMe account, which is extremely suspicious. I hope and pray this is not another Petito case. When she was found crying, something was not right with her. The soldier's part to me was an excuse. Maybe she didn't want the police to know. I feel sad for her, full of life and beautiful. I pray for her safety return home. I found something. Check it out. He opened another GoFundMe for his van, and now taking advantage of her disappearance to get money for his van? Why did she have his pet? The lizard belongs to him. This clearly says March 17th, plus family has stated he is not a person of interest and to end the speculation. When did family say that? The family is not conducting any investigation. Everyone is a person of interest when a missing person is reported. He is a very dishonest individual, on welfare according to the GoFundMe account and showing money on his page. I don't judge anyone. No one knows if the investigation being conducted by the FBI or law enforcement is tracking his steps. Only time will tell. Family in this thread confirmed police have said he is not a person of interest. Sometimes law enforcement say that. It is not the first time to track anything suspicious. Whatever has been investigated, the FBI or law enforcement keep it private. So actually, it was just reported on the news that law enforcement has 2 individuals just taken in to be questioned, and it didn't sound like they were considering him. Time will tell. It's highly suspicious. They broke up back in March. Why someone would open a GoFundMe account after so many months? Why did she still have his pet? I cannot say he is guilty, but he should be kept under their radar. Okay. He had several posts on his Instagram page, but he deleted them. They were asking for money. He traveled to the town where they found her car. He is super creepy. He has 2 Facebook pages. He hasn't posted that he loves her, just says that she's missing. Very suspicious. He wasn't a person of interest early on. He hasn't shown any concern for her, but yet he wants to talk to the news. He should definitely be questioned. She broke up with her previous boyfriend in March. The new guy is claiming to be her fiance. He's very sketchy. Oh my gosh, I'm getting lost on who's the one doing that, huh? Okay, let's see here. Hi guys, wanted to mention a couple of things. For context, I'm Chelsea's ex-boyfriend. We broke up in March. Haven't spoken since July at the latest. I've been doing my best in communicating with the family and the police to provide any information at all that's beneficial in their search for her. With regards to PJ, her latest boyfriend, the detective I spoke to, in addition to the family, are both saying he is not a person of interest. I understand that everyone's trying to help, but people calling Detective Luna in Arizona about some lowlife in San Diego is distracting from the search efforts. That being said, the San Diego Police Department is looking for him regarding other things. Okay, just a reminder, friends, that it's easy to speculate, but there is family that's trying to, okay. So, yeah, I mean, hang on one sec. Okay, I'll just look up something else here. So that is Sarah. I want to look at her page. So let me just quickly do that. Shoot. Sorry. Hold on a minute. Sorry, my video is playing. Okay. Let's do something right now. Let me look at our sister's post. Let's see here. So this is this she hasn't. So Chelsea is a licensed associate social worker on track to be able to have my own practice going within the next 3 to 6 years or less. Okay, so she's got that. Oh look, 333 on September 27th, my grandfather's birthday. Wow, 333. Isn't that funny? It's our number. She never cared for the crown, she preferred a sword. And all at once, summer collapsed into fall. This is last, I believe, well, maybe it's not. Maybe it is this year. That other one was 2022. I wish you a beautiful life filled with amazing moments that take your breath away and remind you the value of the little things. It's immeasurable. Letting people be wrong about you or a situation while keeping your peace and focus is the most misunderstood power move you will ever make. Despite how open, peaceful, and loving you attempt to be, people can only meet you as deeply as they've met themselves. Okay, so she has useful tips for any camping trip. So that's what her parents said. Her parents said that she was, had the skills and stuff. Being spiritual doesn't mean you were always positive. First sinusitis episode since the ex left back in March. This is a record for me between chronic flare-ups. Also, still haven't thrown up once since I last saw his face too. Health starts with the heart, y'all. But really, this sinus infection is not fun. I am in full sweats and body aches. Eucalyptus showers coming up today. Send your girl some healing vibes, please. So it sounds like that guy that was saying he broke up with her in March, doesn't sound like that was a good relationship, right? And she's talking about being sick around him. I'm not really understanding that part, unless she's saying she was so broken from that. I don't know. So if you're too tired to speak, sit next to me because I too am fluent in silence. No tree, it is said, can grow to heaven unless its roots reach down to hell. I'm so grateful for this fresh start life has gifted me. I feel happier, more whole. This is in August. More creative, higher energy, more connected to the universe and gods, and entirely way more myself. Greetings from Utah. Who of you all are here and would like to maybe meet up? I am here for work, but if it works out time-wise, I am here, friends. Okay, the best education you will ever get is traveling. Nothing teaches you more than exploring the world and accumulating experiences. And she says, amen, which is what she was doing. Solitude is not the same as loneliness. Solitude is romance with the entire cosmos. Sometimes you just need space. Not to get away from anyone, but to get back to yourself. That was July. They tried to set me on fire, not realizing that burning bright is my best attire. Did it alone, did it broke, did it tired, did it scared, still doing it. That's what C said. Okay. Reset, restart, refocus as many times as you need to. Just don't quit. Look at this. I'm one of those people that you have to keep an eye on, or I'll wander off into the woods and forget to come back. Wow. In July. If you've been brutally broken but still have the courage to be gentle to others, then you deserve a love deeper than the ocean itself. Cannot believe how time flies. 6 years ago, I was recovering from cervix surgery with one of the best friends by my side to make me laugh until my stitches hurt. I am so blessed for my friends. I love you, Ben, Anna. I miss you, TGIF, y'all. Okay, so you're relearning who you are on your own. Breathe. Even rediscoveries take patience and time. So she's talking a lot about alone time. Would she be off just being alone and without her car? I mean, where would she be? Did she go off to sleep somewhere outside of her car and something happened? What could have happened? Todd sat and did nothing. Toad sat and did nothing. Frog sat with him. What about that? Her car was locked. Her sleeping bag was gone. Some of her clothing was gone. Her bearded dragon was gone. Her license was gone. Her debit card was gone. Her camera was locked in the car. If she went out to go sleep somewhere, she probably wouldn't take her camera because it's night. Where would she be? How far would she have camped? Would she have camped in that area? Would she have just slept there with a sleeping bag and no tent? The bearded dragon, did it have a harness? Did she have a travel tank or something for it? I mean, what's going on? They need like heat source, a light source, stuff like that. So I'm confused. Very confused. Where would she be? Let's see what else we can find out. And don't forget, we're going to take a deep dive into the Charlie Adelson case because he's going on trial for the murder of Dan Markle. We've covered that case before, 4 years ago maybe. And now Charlie Adelson is going to go on trial. So we're going to take a dive and revisit all of that. And that's going to be around 12 o'clock. Okay? Okay, so let's go over here and get some more info. See what we can see. Okay. Let's see if I can get to you guys. I'm waiting for the chat to load up. I have to get more memory for this computer. Okay. Here you are, let's see. You haven't heard about this case? Hi, Kellyanne. It doesn't make sense. If she had been driving for 3 days, she would have been a few states over, not just Phoenix, Arizona. Sorry to say she's not smart. Smart to leave her vehicle, says Barbara Olson. I have to catch up on a few cases, Debbie L. says. Didn't she camp for a few days and decide? Yes, she did say she was going to skip the wedding and camp for a few days, yes. I just hope none of this is foreshadowing, says J. Renee. Shoot, I'm in top chat, not live chat. Okay. Hiding, maybe, but two flat tires, and I misbehave, and nobody has heard anything from her since September 30th. Oh, and then I forgot to say her phone, they tried to ping her phone and stuff, and it's been shut off since September 28th or 29th. So our phone has not been turned back on. So what's up with that? I don't think there's been any activity on her debit card. What's up with that? This doesn't sound flat tires, two flat tires. They're not slash, they're flat tires. Flat tires. So where is she? Where is she? Let's see. Parents of Chelsea Grimm, Stephen and Janet are asking for the public's help to locate their 32-year-old daughter as police continue to search across several state lines. On Monday night, the couple appeared on News Nation's Banfield segment, which I watched, for an exclusive interview to discuss their spontaneous daughter. She changed plans a lot, said her father, Stephen. This wasn't the first time she ever changed a plan for sure. She left again, like we said, on September 24th. She left home in San Diego with her pet bearded dragon, traveling to a wedding in Connecticut. 3 days into the trip, she met up with a friend in Phoenix, called her parents to let them know the drive was taking longer than she expected. She also told them she changed her mind about attending the wedding and planned to return home to San Diego. Okay, so she wasn't even going to finish going out to Connecticut. Okay, yep. The conversation was the last time the parents heard from their daughter. So now they say she changed plans a lot, okay? So she decides 3 days out into it. What friend did she meet? Did she meet a friend other than who she told them? What did she meet? Somebody, could be a new relationship, could be somebody that she met there. We don't know. Tells them, I'm not going to come out to Connecticut at all. I'm going to return back home to San Diego when I go, but I'm going to camp out here for a little bit. Her father said the magnitude of this adventure of driving across the country was a lot. We gave her a bunch of options. After speaking to her parents, she was reportedly spotted at a hotel in Seligman, Arizona, where a witness said she seemed disoriented while trying to use euros instead of US dollars. Okay, so she was in a hotel. Who'd she meet at that hotel? Why was she at that hotel? What was she trying to pay for in euros instead of US dollars? On September 28th, a police officer responded to a report of a woman acting suspiciously. A police officer found Chelsea inside her car at a cemetery in Williams, Arizona. That's about an hour away from the Grand Canyon National Park. Chelsea told the officer she was working on a photography project about missing soldiers and had become emotional. She also said that she had plans to camp out in her car that night, so she was going to camp out in the car, according to what she told the officer. On September 30th, a woodcutter said he saw Chelsea camping in her SUV near Ash Fork, Arizona. It's about a 20-minute drive from where she had previously been seen by the officer. The woodcutter said she seemed to be fine. Her parents reported her missing on October 4th. Then on October 5th, hunters found her SUV abandoned in the middle of a dirt road near Ash Fork. The sheriff's office said both tires on the right side of her SUV were flat. Also missing from the car were her cell phone, her wallet, clothes, and a sleeping bag, and the bearded dragon. Chelsea's mom, Janet, says she thinks it's a hopeful sign that the bearded dragon is also missing, as having it with her might make her more noticeable. Janet also described a tattoo on her daughter's arm with a design of a vine with leaves on it. I think the chances of people recognizing Chelsea are connecting the dots. If they see somebody with a bearded dragon, they're going to take an extra look at that person, because it's unusual to be carrying around a bearded dragon, usually on her shoulder. Okay, just very strange. We don't know how they became flat, though, Elle. I don't know. I don't know. They're just flat on the right side, flat on one side. I don't know how they became flat. I don't know. Why would she bring euro money? I don't know, Julie. More importantly, why was she at the hotel? Did she check in there? Was she with someone? Like, what's going on? What was she trying to pay for with euros? Let's see if we can find out. The Seligman Hotel, a hotel in Seligman, Arizona, and seemed disoriented. Okay, so somebody said, who said this? Paxton, Paxton is the spokesperson for the sheriff's office, John Paxton, said, I think our strongest theory right now is that she tried to walk out or she got into a vehicle with somebody. If you've been in that area, you know you can't go a mile without coming across a road, so it doesn't seem like she would wander out in the wilderness and never find a road. And there are hunters all over the place. Various people in the Williams area reported making contact with Grimm September 27th through the 30th before she went missing. What about the hotel, the hotel, the hotel? When did this hotel thing coming up? Let's see. She canceled dinner plans with a friend September 28th. See, they say dinner plans, but her today, her mother said brunch. And she's gone a tremendously long time. With a bearded dragon, with her without a car. So where is she? If her phone was off, it kind of points to the conclusion that she didn't want to be found. Either that or it just died, Elle, and she could never charge it again. I really wondered if she met someone from online. Yeah, I wonder too. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, Barb says. If I'm wrong. All the different GoFundMes are creepy. What is it? What are you trying to say? The tires, I don't know why they were flat. They didn't say slash, they said flat. Too many clues pointing to the fact she wanted to disappear. But I don't know. What is she going to do without a car, though, Elle? Without a car, without her camera? What is she going to do without the rest of her clothing? They said she was disoriented. Could she have fallen? Could she have fallen, what was the terrain like? She seems upset. Maybe she met someone, maybe she was supposed to meet somebody, maybe someone stood her up. Maybe someone that she was supposed to meet, maybe she had been communicating with someone online and she was going to meet them. And they stood her up, or they were not who she thought she was, and she felt crushed, and the third breakup or whatever. I don't know what is going on. Right? What's going on with that? I don't think it seems strange, Liz Tops, because I think it could have just run out. She's making a lot of plans for someone who wanted to disappear. That's why I'm thinking, was it something, such a strange situation with all that went on. I don't know. Yeah, prayers for her family, yeah, definitely. Let me see something. We have a few minutes before we go to the next slide. I've got to put a redirect on this one. Let me put a redirect on this one to redirect us to the next slide. Okay, so let me go to wouldn't she leave? Kelly, they're saying the exes are not involved and are not suspects. That's what they're saying, okay? I think it could be more that maybe she met someone new. Maybe there was somebody new that she was going to meet. Maybe they were jerking her around and that's why she had to stay extra time. Because, oh yeah, I'll be there, oh yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe they were just jerking her around and then, I don't know, didn't turn out to be who she thought they would be, and then something happened. Pet in someone's what? If she was going to put the pet in someone's care? She could have. I don't know that she didn't. I don't know that she did. No, I don't think she met him, that person at the forest. Maybe they did go on a hike, Al. Maybe he or she told her to go out. I don't know. There's like a lot of things. She's been gone for almost 20 days. Right, Barb? Yeah, that's a long time. And if there's nothing on her debit card and she hasn't had to, buy food and she hasn't been seen, you're right. It doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound good. Yeah, not at all. But it's 18 days though, because they saw her on the 30th. So actually like 17 days. But still, it's a scary. It's a scary situation. But there are trees. Well, that's for the hotel. That's where she was at the hotel. But her car was found in that national forest. Family says she changed plans a lot. Car was found locked. So she locked her car. Oh, and she didn't fly because she couldn't bring her bearded dragon on the plane. So she wasn't going to fly. She wasn't going to leave that bearded dragon in someone else's care. And she wasn't going to fly because of the bearded dragon. So, well, I don't know. I'm thinking that a lot of times we hear about these disappearances and the people aren't. Sometimes they're found nearby, but did they subpoena her phone records? Was she texting with it? There's a lot that they haven't said, right? Was she texting with anyone? Was she meeting up with anybody? Did she, we don't know a lot. They haven't put out a lot. There's a lot of questions. What was she buying at the hotel that she was trying to pay with euros? What kind of disoriented did she seem? Was there anybody with her? How was she dressed? Okay, so here's something. Let's see here. There's a little more information over here. The woodcutter in nearby Kalbab National Forest was the last to see her, leaving her family desperate and baffled. She did not seem in distress or in need, said her father. He went back to make sure she didn't want help, and she declined. So his conclusion was that she was in pretty good shape. That was September 30th. Then on the 28th, they talk about the police officer, right? She admitted she smoked some marijuana hours and hours ago, and the officer reported that to his dispatcher, but she did not look impaired. Do you have a hotel around here or anything? I don't, she replied. I was actually thinking of just camping for the night, but I wasn't really sure exactly yet. I didn't plan to be here until sunset. He points out that camping within the city limits is illegal and suggested she goes to a nearby truck stop for the night. I don't know if you can see like the yellow lights up there. The Loves, he asks. It's the trucker stop in the gas station area. You can just sleep there. Nobody will bother you. Awesome. Yeah, love that. She told him she would return to take pictures after a night at the truck stop. And I remember the father said she thanked him for his compassion. They said that sounded like her because the body cam didn't show her. Really? Okay, let's see. Waiting for this to catch up. Doesn't feel like catching up. Okay, so does not want to listen to us. Come on. We've got to get ready for our other live. We're going to talk about Charlie Adelson, his upcoming trial. It's a pretty wild case. And Dan Markle is the man murdered, and it's part of this crazy conspiracy thing with Dan Markle's ex-wife and wanting, we've gone over this case in a custody things where allegedly her brother killed him. I remember listening to victims' impact statements with his mother years ago. Well, now this is Charlie Adelson. He's another one that's going to be tried for this, so we're going to talk about this. So we better get to that, but we'll keep covering this. I don't know. It's kind of sad. The GoFundMe is $30,000. High nurse of all trades. Maybe she wasn't alone when she was driving. Okay, so I'm going to switch us off to the next case, okay? So come along for the ride. Hold on, keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle.